if you don't mind. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So we can practice Surat al-Nasr. We did Surat al-Nasr last week, right? Yeah. So let's read it together. Maybe 3 times, 4 times, inshallah. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. Louder. You have to repeat louder. You can't do otherwise it won't help you. Okay. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. Great. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. All right, let's start the new surah. So here there's not a lot of new rules. Just to remind you, last time I told you this alif with a 0 on it, that alif shouldn't be pronounced. That means that alif doesn't exist pronunciation-wise. Spelling-wise it exists, pronunciation-wise it does not exist. So it will not be ana, it will be ana, ana. Just very quick, okay? The other thing we want to do is we just remind ourselves of the previous rule. When a letter is empty followed by a shadda, you ignore that letter. You do not pronounce that letter. So this is abattum, abattum. Let me see if there's anything else here. Okay. So today I want to tell you something about what I didn't want to tell you last time, but I will tell you now. If you look at Salam alaikum, if you look at the muds, okay, just notice the mud. Is this mud between 2 words? It's at the end and it's between 2 words. There's la is a word and a'budu is a word. They're 2 separate words, right? Okay. Here there's a mud at the end of ma and then between these 2 words, right? And then same thing here. Those who know Arabic, they know that these are 2 different words. Those who don't know Arabic, they would Assalamu alaikum, Ifti. They wouldn't know. I don't know if there are 2 different words or 1 word. Okay. So this is why the rule I'm about to tell you, it's for those who can recognize if the mud is within the word or outside of the word. So let me show you something. This is not that important of a rule. I'm just going to mention it, inshallah, and we'll just move on. Oh, hold on. This is the document I'm preparing for you guys for, the rules for new rules that we're learning on each ayah. Inshallah, I'll share this with you. If I haven't already, I may have already shared it. Yeah. I did, right? No. Where is my whiteboard? Yeah, Tajwid whiteboard. Okay. So let's look at this word. Is this 1 word or 2 words? Those who are Arab. 1 word. So if the mud is inside the word, if the mud is inside one word, then it must be a mud. You have to elongate it to 4 or 6, depending upon which mud it is. Okay? But if the mud is between two words, like la a'budu, that one, it's between two words. I don't worship. La a'budu. That's between two words. This mud becomes optional. This mud becomes optional. Okay? It's called mud munfasil and mud muttasil. Okay? But the name doesn't matter. What matters is the concept. So that's what I wanted to tell you. Now, what did I tell you about this word? Ya ayyuha. Is it 2 words or 1 word? Tricky question, huh? It's a combo word. It's actually 2 words. So this mud is actually optional because it's really 2 words. If you watch my last video, I don't know if you watched it. Okay.
Yeah, words.
We watched it? Okay. Alhamdulillah. The ya, ya ayyuha, it's sorry, ya ayyuha, right? It's really ya ayyuha. Okay? So the mud is there, here. It's really 2 words. Okay? Okay. So this is optional. So I just wanted to let you know this. Why am I teaching you this rule here? The reason is because there's a lot of mudud here. You need a lot of breath to be able to read the surah. So let's listen to me, and I'm going to do all of the mudud, all of the muds, okay? And then you will see how long it is. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين. Okay, so there's another way to recite it. I mix and match, so I'm gonna try. I might make a mistake skipping all of the mudud, but let's see, inshallah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين. In this case, both are correct. Both are correct because all of these mudud here, they're between 2 words, so they're optional. So both are correct. Is that clear to everybody? Inshallah. Ifti and family, it's clear to you guys?
Yeah, so you okay, so that's so when you said like wala antum abiduna ma'bud, right? So the ma you're saying because it's between two words, you
Yes,
can just go
it's
without the
optional.
dhamma.
It's optional.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you for
Yeah,
clarifying.
And
no dhamma, not mud, mud.
Mad,
Okay.
mad.
mud.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what I don't know when
It's
I'll
okay.
learn
It's
learn
okay.
this.
I love you, Habibi.
Yeah.
I
Where
understand
will
your
be?
language. That's how much I love you.
Thank you, thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, Adnan bhai.
Walaikum assalam.
Where will be then long where it will be like I must do it?
If
Mud.
it's inside one word, if it's inside a word, for example, ja'a, this is one
Oh,
word, so it's between it, it's inside of it, right? This mud, you have to do it.
Mad, yeah.
You have
okay.
to do this one. Let's see if there's any. And this was the first one, right? No, here this is between 2 words, yada and
Yeah.
abi. These are 2 different words. So this is
Okay.
optional. So this is tabbat yada abi. You can do that, or you can do tabbat yada abi. Both are valid. Yep. And same thing for ma and aghna. These are two different words. Ma aghna or ma aghna. Okay. One trick for non-Arabs, for non-Arabs and those who don't know Arabic, one tip for you, if you see an alif by itself with a hamza on it, if you see this kind of hamza, this only appears at the beginning of a word. So if you see this, that should be an indication it's a new word.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
you see new word,
Yes.
yeah, over there as well.
yeah, not new word.
Okay.
Okay.
So
This
ma,
is a special case. This is a special case, but you see,
the
there's
hamza
alif
here.
with hamza. This is a special case, though. This is not always a rule. Don't let this trick you. Just remember, ya ayyuha. Here it's optional, but I don't want to talk about it. Just pretend it's in the middle. It's fine. You can say it. It's fine. Here, you see, hamza, it's
Uh-huh.
the beginning of the word. A'budu is a word.
Oh,
Antum is a word. Ana is a word. Antum is a word.
oh, okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
so
Thank
that's
you.
how you can recognize it. All right. Bismillah. So you guys want to now practice? There's not much else going on over here other than ana. This alif with the zero should not be pronounced. So instead of ana, this is ana, just like we did last time. If you look at that video, that I had it right. Ana, it does not pronounce like this. It's pronounced ana, just very quickly. Okay, just two short syllables. And going back to, hold on. Ahmed, do you have any questions? No questions. Okay.
No questions.
And this one is abattum, right? The dal is going to not be pronounced. Why? Because it's empty and there's a shadda after it. Okay. Now let's practice together. You guys ready? Okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. قل يا أيها الكافرون. We're gonna do all the mudud, okay? لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين. Eva, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. I don't.
We did it quietly because we're sitting next to each other, so we did it quietly. Yeah.
Not
I
not quietly.
mean,
Quietly is not going to help you.
okay,
Quiet
okay.
is not going to help you. So if you want to
Raise
reap
our
benefit
voice.
from this class, you have to do it loudly. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
One question. Why
Sure.
did I elongate antum? Why did I elongate the noon?
Because there is a wow on
No, this
no,
one.
there's a
Because it's antum abidun.
there is
Antum.
What rule is that?
there is nothing on the noon.
Yes, it's empty. It's an
Empty.
empty noon. So it's an empty noon, so it's going to go, you're going to elongate it. Okay? Just like we did that. Where did we learn this? Min. In here. وَمِن شَرِّ.
Sorry.
So
Oh.
noon was empty, so you make it long. So it could be at the end, or it could be in the beginning. I'm sorry, not beginning, sorry. It could be in the middle, is what I meant to say. So the empty noon, wherever you see the empty noon, you will elongate it, or you will do something else with it, which we will cover all the rules, inshallah, later on. I don't want to, actually, after we practice this, let's go over the document and remind ourselves of the previous things that we have learned, inshallah. Okay, so let's practice this 4 more times.
Okay.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين قل يا أيها
أيها
الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم
أنتم
عابدون
عابدون
ما أعبد لكم
ولكم
دينكم
دينكم
ولي
ولي
دين قل
دين
يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم
أنتم
عابدون ما أعبد
عابدون
ولا
ولا
أنا عابد
أنتم
ما عبدتم
عابدون
ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين Alhamdulillah. Okay, so just quickly, there is a qalqala here, ma'abud on the dal. There's a qalqala, obviously. Same thing for this one, dal. There's the noon empty elongation here, antum, antum. Mudud, you guys already know. Uh,
and that
Question:
Anna.
the noon, how long will be the elongate? Like
two
one,
syllable, two syllable.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, you can say two syllables. That's fine.
Okay, thank you.
It really turns out to be three syllables, but don't ask me why.
Okay.
Antum. It's comes out to be kind of like three-ish syllables, but it's okay. It depends on your speed, really. Okay. All right. So let's review the document that I shared with you. Not the first document, but the new document that I'm creating. I'm going to make this larger, inshallah. Let's see if it works. You can see my screen, right?
Yes.
I don't know how to hide this thing.
We're not seeing that.
I know you're not.
Yeah. Okay.
Hide floating meeting controls. Okay, good. Because I can't see, I can't read. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
So here we're going ayah by ayah by ayah, and anything new about the ayah, I'm noting. Is this too small or is this big enough?
Big enough for us.
For us.
Is good enough? Okay.
Or
Yeah,
for
for the room it was kind of.
Yeah, for the room. Yeah, I feel.
Is there full? I can go full screen. You guys know the shortcut? Okay, there we go. F11 is Windows. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here in Surah An-Nas, we're going surah by surah. So the first ayah, here we learned that there are two types of Hamza. There's a Hamzatul Qata and there's Hamza tul Wasl. I should have said that here. I'm still editing it. Please read it, and if I made a mistake, then let me know and I'll correct it, okay? So Hamzatul Qata, some of you who didn't join the first class, this might be new information for them. Hamzatul Qata is always a Hamza with a Hamza above it or below it, okay? A vowel letter or by itself, like this, like in either of these shapes. This Hamza is always pronounced. This Hamza is always pronounced. Any questions on this one? Since we want to go quickly.
Yeah, no, this is good. But yeah, thank you. The document is good. Yeah, this.
Okay. And then there's this Hamza, which looks like it has a sod on it, right? There's a small little sod shape on it. This is Hamzatul Wasl. And this Hamza is not pronounced. It is ignored if there's something connecting before it. Okay? If there's something connecting before it. For example, here, you see this Hamza with a little sod on it, right? So this becomes well. You ignore the alif here. You ignore this Hamza and you go well. You connect the waw with the lam straight. Okay? It's skipped if there's something before Hamzatul Wasl. So that's what this is saying. Clear on this one? No?
Let's go. No, yeah, we're good. Thanks. Yeah, and
Okay.
she was
Yeah,
asking.
please let me know. Please acknowledge because those of you remote, I want to make sure you're
Okay, sure, sure.
with me.
He
Okay.
had it muted. I was answering.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, then we learned about the long vowels, that this is a vowel. This is not a letter on its own. This is acting as a vowel because it's empty. There's nothing on top of the vowel. So how do you know a vowel is a vowel? Because it will be empty. If alif, waw, or ya, if alif, waw, or ya are empty, then they are vowels. If they're not empty, they're not vowels. For example, watab. This wa is not a vowel. It has a fatha on it. It is not a vowel. It is not acting like oo. No. How do we know it's a vowel?
Right there.
Empty, for example, G. This ya is a vowel.
Wow.
It's empty. Clear?
Yes.
So alif, waw, or a ya. If they're empty, they're vowels. Otherwise, they're not vowels.
Can I ask one question here? So,
Okay.
in that it's right here in the last ayah, right? Min. So when noon is empty, is that? I mean, is that
You
considered?
will elongate it. This one?
Yeah, like.
Yeah, you will elongate it, but there's another rule I'll tell you, okay? But this noon is empty, but it's followed by a shadda. So
Shadda.
that makes this disappear because it's the same rule as abattum. This is empty and there's a shadda. So any letter that's empty followed by a shadda, that letter is not pronounced. So that's what's going on here. So it's mim masad, not min masad. There's no noon sound.
Yeah.
Same,
Yeah.
same thing for one second. 1 second. I'll let you
Sorry.
ask the question. Same thing here. It's an empty letter followed by a shadda. It's not yakun lahu, it's yakul lahu. This noon goes away. No noon sound. Yakul lahu. Okay. All right. Go ahead with your question, Ifti.
So on the Surah Kafirun, so we're in the third ayah, right? When we said wala antum, so that noon is empty, but we elongate it, but it doesn't follow with shadda, so that's why we don't omit it. We actually elongate that. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. But this not considered as vowel because it's empty noon.
No, but vowels are alif, waw, or ya. This is not.
That's okay. I just want to confirm that my
A-E-I, basically.
Yes.
3 vowels.
Yes. Check with Eva, mashallah. She's very, very smart. Okay. So these are the alif, ya, or waw are the vowels. Okay. Okay. Then we learned, so I'm numbering these rules. So next time when you have a question, I'll point you to the number of the rule, or you can ask me, hey, I don't understand rule 4A or something like that, right? Inshallah, I'll try to do a good job here as much as I can. This book will be the first of its kind, by the way, that we're creating, inshallah, together. Okay, so heavy ra. Ra is normally heavy, naturally heavy. It's raw, not ra. Okay, it's raw. So heavy ra is normal and it will stay normal as long as it has a fatha or a dhamma. It has a zabar or a pesh. Okay, but it becomes soft if it has a zir, if it has a kasra. Okay, so here, since we're doing Surat An-Nas, right? This is ra. This is the heavy ra. Bi rabbi, bi rabbi, heavy ra. But here you see sharri, sharri. This is ra, ra. This is ra. This is ra. This has you put the laddu in your mouth, and here you don't. Ra and ra. Ra and raw, ra, raw, ra, raw. Apple sauce, like that. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What,
But how would
what
you
about
know?
this one? What about this one?
That one would be that would be do deep raw, like heavy raw.
No. Why?
Why?
It won't be heavy. It would be
Re,
light because
do
it has a kasra on it. So it's suduri, suduri, ri, suduri, not
oh,
suduri. No, it doesn't work. It's hard to even say it. Okay, it's hard to even say it. With the heavy accent, it's hard to say it. So that's why it's actually not there. It's the soft raw. Sudurin rinnas. Okay.
yeah. Okay. So how do we know when it's why? So again, sorry, I didn't get it. Then why is it heavy and why is it light?
Okay, let's read the rule.
Okay.
Go ahead and read this out loud for me.
The
No,
okay when the
read it out loud.
okay when the letter ra has fatha or a dhamma over it, the ra is pronounced with its normal heavy sound. Here the rules apply with the word ra. Okay, fatha or a dhamma. Okay,
Yes.
fatha is the top one.
Yeah.
Zabar
So
and
what do you
dhamma.
think rule 4B is going to be? And I should have added 4B here, right here.
Ah, when the letter ra has a kasra under. Oh, kasra is the bottom. Zer is the kasra. I have to get used to that. Okay, pronounced with ultrasound, lighter sound. Okay, got
Got it?
it. Yes.
Okay. You like this book? Good for
Yeah,
this?
very much.
Okay.
This is great.
Yeah. So I have to be careful about how I write something because I don't want to confuse you. I don't want to make it too long. I want to brief and then, okay. All right. So note on the shadda. In the Quran, a shadda over any letter is used to show a doubled letter. Here, for example, Malikin Nas is actually is pronounced like this, Malikin Nas. It's
Yes.
two noons. It's just you just have to know that that's what shaddas do, right? Shadda means doubling of the letter. That's just a note. It's nothing to do with pronunciation necessarily. Just for hmm? No, for anything. For any shadda anywhere. Any shadda, I should say. Any shadda over any letter. I should say a shadda over any letter. Yeah. All right. But noon shadda, specifically rule number 5 now. Noon shadda, uh, go ahead, Ahnaf, can you read this out loud so that they can hear you too?
Sure. Whenever the letter noon has a shadda over it, the noon sound is further elongated to the length of 2 harakat. Here, this rule is like the word as
Annas. Hmm? Clear? You guys know this already. If you see noon shadda, it is elongated to 2 haraka. الناس
Mm.
الناس الناس
Okay.
الناس
Nas. Okay. Nas.
شر النفاثات شر النفاثات. Okay, so anytime you see a noon shadda is elongated. All right. The reason I'm reviewing this is because now we've learned a lot of things, and I don't want you to forget what we've learned before. Okay. So
Thank
good,
you.
good with noon shadda. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Now Malikin Nas, same thing. You have a noon shadda, and that's pretty much it, right? So it's rule number 5. Ilahin Nas. So here there's a new rule 6a, small alif. Small alif is treated like a normal alif. Small alif is treated like a normal alif. Go ahead and Ifti, read this.
This portion, sure. Treat a small alif above any letter like a normal alif vowel elongated to length of 2 haraka.
Yeah.
Here the rule applies to the word in ilah.
Ilahin, ilah,
Yeah.
ilah. So it's pronounced like a normal alif. Assalamu alaikum. Clear?
Yes.
Is this okay? Sometimes it seems more complex than it really is. Unfortunately, that's what books do. They make things sound more complex than they really are, unfortunately. And you know, the funny thing is to explain the simplest things takes a lot of explanation because there's some things we just naturally just know. And when you try to start explaining it, it's difficult to explain. You have to like say a lot of things to explain something really small. Okay. Here in min sharril waswasil khannas, it's min sharril waswasil khannas. Noon shadda, ra soft. So and min. So there's the empty noon. So Ifti, go ahead and read this and see if you can understand this. Go ahead.
Sure. Empty. A normal noon sound is completed when the tongue touches the top of your mouth. An empty noon, a noon without any notation over it, at the end of a word is pronounced with the tongue almost but not fully touching the top of your mouth. This sound is to held the length of 2 haraka. Is me.
It's not at the end of the word. I have a mistake here.
Okay.
With any notation over it this is not true. Okay.
Okay.
Anytime an empty you see an empty noon,
Empty noon
anytime you see an empty noon
is
here in 7a with
yes.
no shadda after it, it's elongated. So this is min sharri. Min sharri. And your tongue, when you say the noon, you will not touch the top of your mouth. It's an almost noon. It's an almost noon, right? That's why it's called the tongue will almost, but not fully touching the top of the mouth.
Min
Min.
Yes.
sharri.
Min.
Okay, clear?
Min.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
We've already done the light raw.
Right.
Already done this one. And alladhi yuwaswisu fi sudurin nas. There's nothing new here. I'm just reminding you that these are the rules that are applicable here that we've already learned. And min al jinnati wan nas, same thing here. It's a same rule we've already done. Clear?
Clear.
Subhanallah.
Okay, Suratul Falaq. So here, now we're going to learn the bouncing letter, the qalqala. Falaq, right? قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ. Falaq, right? So who wants to read it? Ahmed, go ahead and read this slowly. I don't know if he can talk. Ahnaf, go ahead and read it loudly.
When stopping at a word or at the end of an ayah where there is an auditory sukoon and the word ends with a bouncing letter, either a qaf, ba, da, jim, or dal, that letter is pronounced with a bouncing sound having 2 syllables. Here, this rule applies to bounce the letter qaf in the word
falaq. Al-falaq. Yeah.
That's
Falaq.
da,
Falaq.
jim,
Falaq.
Oh.
Yeah. Is that clear?
two,
Is that a
three.
good explanation? Is that a good
That-
explanation? You guys like it? Okay. We're writing this book together. Okay. We're writing this book together, inshallah.
Too
Subhanallah.
syllable.
Mm.
Two syllable. The rule is to bounce the letter kaf in the word. Okay. Ooh, okay. How do we sound this one? The Arabic.
Go ahead
Ooh.
and read this. Read this ayah. I'll show you Surat al-Falaq. Go ahead and read it.
Go ahead, read it.
Which ayah? Sorry, the one.
The surah.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Falaq. Falaq.
Q.
Yes. You have to do a special sound at the end, right? Extra syllable at the end. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. So dal, ba, and qaf, and ta and jim, they all are done that way. If there is a auditory sukoon, who can explain to me why I wrote auditory sukoon? I don't know if it's helpful, but who knows what that means? It sounds like it has a sukoon because exactly. I don't know if that's a good way to explain it. I was struggling with how to explain it, but so you're stopping at this end of the ayah, right? Is there a kasra underneath the kaf? Qaf? Yes. But it's not a sukoon, right? But when I stop on it, does it sound like a sukoon? Yes. Yes, it's a stopping sukoon. So then it will have, if it's one of the bouncing letters, then you will do the bounce. That's what I mean by an auditory sukoon. Ifti, does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It does.
Yeah. So say that again.
Yes, it makes sense when you say auditory. Like it's auditory because we are pronouncing it, even though it's not there.
Yes. For example, here, this dal has a sukoon.
Yeah.
So that will also be bounced. Maybe I should clarify that. Well, this applies still, right? And it's an auditory sukoon. You hear a sukoon when there is maybe say an actual sukoon or an auditory sukoon. How about that?
Okay, so that case it's all so sukun's point is to bounce the letter, correct?
No. Read this again.
When stopping a word at the end of the ayah where there is an actual okay, end of the ayah if there's
That's incorrect.
End of the word.
End of a word.
Stop on it.
Yeah.
okay. So that's what
Stopping at a word.
Yeah.
At the end of the word. At the end.
You're going to stop in a word, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you have one in the middle of a word or no? You can have
Yeah.
it, but
You can. So how do I say this? When a letter when there is when there is an actual sukoon and an auditory sukoon on a bouncing letter. Okay, that's clear. Okay, read this now. Sorry.
When there is an actual sukoon or an auditory sukoon on a bouncing letter, either kaf, ta, ba, jim, or dal, that letter is pronounced with a bouncing sound having two syllable. Okay, so
that makes sense.
So when there is an actual sukoon or bouncing letter, and these are the bouncing letters. So when there is an actual or auditory sukoon, so how do we know which one is auditory sukoon then?
Like it will sound like a sukoon, but there is no sukoon.
No, but if I don't know.
But when you're sounding out, see, then when we pronounce it, that what was that
Falaq
falak,
or
that sounds
ahad or ahad, right? It sounds like it has a sukun.
We always stop in a second here. So whenever you stop, the last letter is going to be a second, no matter what's the
Yeah.
letter. So if it is one of these five, then you do qatan.
Okay. Let
That's
me
what.
let me,
Yeah.
let me catch Ifti up.
Yeah,
So
please.
what is this word just by itself? What is this
Ahad.
word?
Ahad.
No, this word is what? It's not ahad. It's ahadun.
Ahadun. Okay. Okay. Ahadun. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Independently ahadun. Okay.
Yes, independently it's ahadun. But
Correct.
how did I stop on it?
Ahad.
So the dal, I put a sukun on it. So it's an auditory sukun.
Okay. So I think
Let me explain it this way. Let me explain it this way. 1 second. And then we'll have to stop in a little bit, inshallah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Let me explain it this way. What I mean by that. So the word is ahadun, right? Oops. The word is ahadun, correct? How did I pronounce it? I pronounced it ahad with a sukun on it. This is how I pronounced it. That's why I'm calling it an auditory sukun. It sounds like a sukun. Is that clear? Is this better explanation? Ifti?
Yes. So what I was saying is, it's one of these five letters. If they're end of the sentence, they became auditory sukun.
Yes.
If you stop in it, but
If you stop on it, only if you stop on it.
Yeah. So in that sentence, I was saying in that sentence, maybe and on that in the document. No, on the document.
Yeah.
If you go back to the document. So in there, right, in this where there's an actual sukun bouncing leader, we should add that end of the sentence there, I think.
It's not always at the end. It could be in the middle of a word.
That's what I was saying. So auditory sukun could be in the middle as well.
Yeah, in that case, it would be really auditory, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be an actual sukun. You will see an actual sukun.
Actual sukun. So
It's like yalid. So this could be in the middle somewhere too. I can't think of a word.
No, I think you just clarified it. So basically what
Like
I'm saying
Suratul
is,
Buruj. Let me show you Suratul Buruj, okay?
Okay.
Let me show you Suratul Buruj. Because that's what I remember right now. You may not know that surah, but
I don't think I know.
illustratively, so the letter ta, the letter ta is it's one of the bouncing letters. Okay, you see it has a sukun in the middle of the word?
It does.
Right. So I will bounce it. I will say inna batosha. I won't say batsha. I won't say batsha. I will say bato. Inna batosha. Here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's not worry about the most heavy just yet. Inshallah soon. Yes. For these guys are still struggling with auditory sukun and regular sukun. Okay. Ahnaf, that's clear?
No, yes, correct.
Okay. By the way, one peculiarity of Suratul Buruj, it's really amazing. If you want to practice the qalqala letters, the bouncing letters, Buruj, all ayat end with the bouncing letter except for the last ayat. So it's a special case, mashallah. Okay. So you see, it says Al-Buruj, Maw'ud, مشهود أخدود وقود قعود شهود حميد شهيد حريق كبي there's one I forgot about this one. Yes, there's one exception. There's a ra كبير كبير يعيد ودود حمجيد يريد جنود ثمود تكذيب والله من ورائهم محيط مجيد and محفوظ. No bounce here. No bounce. No bounce here on 22 and no bounce on 11. Look at that, 11:22. So,
okay, yeah,
so, so amazing, huh?
not a
Okay.
coincidence.
This may not be a coincidence.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking
By
like
design,
Allah,
Allah subhanahu wa
yeah,
ta'ala.
by design, yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. I have to stop now, if that's okay. Any
Sure.
questions? Any last questions? Eva, you're good?
I'm good, thank you.
Alhamdulillah. Any
Alhamdulillah.
questions from you? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.